Welcome to Season 4 of You Are Your Name. In this season, we're discussing how purpose, happiness, balanced mind, mental freedom, and creating fulfilling relationships can relate directly to name. We're in Episode 2, where we're going to discuss how we use mathematics to understand our individual purpose. My name is Daken Ariel, my co-host is Marlowe Shearing, and our guest today is Juhli Farrell. We're all long-term students of the Kabalarian Philosophy. So thank you, Juhli, for joining us.
A pleasure. Thank you.
So today's episode is relative to purpose. Last episode, we talked about what is our universal purpose, which is to evolve back to a more universal understanding of life. Today, we're going to talk about how we can use mathematics to measure our individual purpose. Now, as an introduction, humanity has developed an accurate measurement of time by associating mathematics to the daily rotation of the Earth and its annual movement around the sun. So this associates number to a specific time. For example, September 26th, 2025 represents the 26th day, or the 26th rotation of the 9th month, which is September, of the year 2025, which is the number of rotations of the Earth around the sun from agreed upon reference point. Because this is universally accepted, mathematics is inexorably linked to time. Because mathematics is dual, being both quantity and quality, when a baby is born, the quality of the mathematical measurement of that time, using the month, day, and year, is associated to that new life as a conscious potential to develop throughout their lifetime. We call this the birthpath.
And so we call that birthpath quality a potential. We can call it a spark, and it's like a spark of reason, but that spark then grows through the igniting of that energy by the mind, that the mind has to become conscious of those qualities and then incorporate those qualities into their thinking, into their daily actions to create that opportunity for that flow of energy.
So many times when we're speaking to new people and we're introducing them to the potential of their birth path, they can recognize at some sense that that is the real person within them. They feel touched by that description. It resonates to some degree. And whether or not it has been able to express in their life more freely is so related to the name. So imagine if you have a birth path quality that includes that idealistic, artistic, inspirational inner nature that is meant to be one of those Pied Pipers in life, but your mind, created through your name, has created a very practical world of detail and hard work and complete involvement in this world of practicality. What a frustration that creates within the potential of that human to evolve back to a conscious level. So that balanced name allows for that relaxation and that harmony of the inner and the outer that allows that individual to attract and create those opportunities for expression of that inner nature.
So it's very easy to calculate. You take the month, day, and year of birth, reduce each of those to a single digit, and add them all together, and that is your birth path. So for instance, someone born January 1st, the year 2000, January is the first month, so that's a 1. The first is a 1. Year 2000, 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 2. So you add 1 plus 1 plus 2, and that would be a 4 birth path. If they were born December 29th, that would be December is a 12th month, so 1 plus 2 is a 3. 29th is 2 plus 9 is 11, which reduces to a 2. And then the year 2000 would be a 2. So that would be 3, 2, 2. So 3, 2, 2, add those together, that would be a 7 birth path. So it's fairly straightforward. You could just pause the podcast or work it out for yourself on your birth path. And then we'll go through each of the qualities so you can see a quick summary of them.
So the one quality is the leader, the person that can take initiative, can go their own road, has that quality of individuality. They're the nature that they don't wait for others. They're off on a hike or off doing things because their mind is creative and independent individual. The two quality, then you add people, and that quality seeks out the association and the understanding of others. With that quality comes an ability to sense and understand others, and they can reach out to others' minds and create understanding between people. And so that keynote quality of diplomacy becomes part of that two birth path, where they can merge minds and say, no, this isn't what they meant. This is the understanding that they're trying to convey in different words than yours. And so they create that merging with people. And that potential quality is that quality of creating that unification of minds, that understanding between people and what a world that would be. The three quality then is that expressive quality. That three quality is that expression of love and happiness, that quality of energy of giving to others. And now there's two people to be in the audience. So that three quality has that ability to say, come on, we could do better. We could do more. We could have some fun. We could be creative in this avenue or that avenue. And so it's an inspirational quality of adding energy to life, adding that energy of happiness, that energy of expression, that energy of let's do something fun and lift the quality from self to something bigger.
And then we have the four quality, and there's so many aspects of life that need to be understood through logic, through intelligence, that we make life intelligent by understanding how reason expresses at each level within the finite and then within the world of mind, so that four birth path brings that understanding of the intelligence, and logic is the closest thing to truth on the finite plane. And so that four quality is helping create that understanding of life. They make wonderful teachers because of their ability to see all the detail and the pattern that helps make that particular concept understood. And then once we've established that intelligence and that pattern, it's necessary then to see beyond. And so that five quality is that seeker of truth, that they are looking through all the new avenues to expand, to diversify, to see what's not yet known, to be intuitive to, if this is true to this point, what now is needed to expand and make this concept bigger? So that five is reaching out in that pioneering of mind and concept. And then that's wonderful that we have all of these new ideas and new concepts, but now how do we implement them and make them a part of life? There is that sixth quality of energy or birth path, where they bring the quality of looking at that from how do we involve this into life through that practical sense? How do we set the standards? How do we create the care of people? How do we make sure that all aspects of life are looked after, that we're responsible to all aspects of life? So they bring that great intelligence in that overview, in looking at things from that pattern of responsibility to mind and to that equilibrium of mind.
The seven quality is a natural philosopher, and so they're seeking into the mysteries of life. And so they don't have the same effusiveness of the three, but they have the depth and they have this ability to concentrate and look into something on a deeper level. So the inner potential as a 7 birth path is someone who really should be looking into the mysteries of mind and how to create balanced mind and create a more conscious awareness of life. The 8 has all of the attributes of a natural executive, and so they are good at organizing people and resources, and that's part of their role in life. In the bigger picture, they should be taking the wisdom that the 7 has discovered through their seeking into the reason of being, and then being able to figure out how to distribute that to everyone so that everyone can benefit from that truth. In our practical world, you see the 8 qualities often gravitates to business, to law, or even government, where they can exercise their judgment to help others in a bigger way. And the 9 is the quality of the universal spiritual leader in a sense, and they have this love of life, a love of people, a dramatic quality. Life is in technicolor. They see everything in a big way, and they want to do big things. So again, you need a strong, balanced mind to be able to channel those energies to make them a constructive influence. Otherwise, they can be channeled on a destructive emotional plane. The objective of this episode was to explain how birth path is relative to purpose. But obviously, it's key that the name allows that birth path a channel. So any concluding thoughts on that relationship?
Just that you can see those qualities of a 955 with a 4 birth path. There isn't the opportunity for that logic to express because you can see the emphasis through their name on feeling, and they feel justified in their temper and impatient. And there's so much feeling there. And that 4 birth path is trying to establish logic and reason through the patience and understanding and application to the principles of life. And so you can see it's a conundrum. It's a challenge then for that mind. And that's why we teach that the balance name is the first step, because it provides the balance and it offers the opportunity.
When you mentioned 955, that's essentially a name formula for a name like Jim or Rick, which is a name that has fine ideals but can be rather high-strung and temperamental at times.
And with that balance name, when you actually calculate your own birth path and the further details of that birth path, you will have a sense of what you could accomplish. So many times we describe that an unbalanced name or a name not relative to your inner potential or birth path is like wearing a ball and chain around your ankle. That if we're continually in situations where we're needing to start over, or if we continually find that what we meant to say and then what actually we expressed was so much short of what we meant to or just so desired to say, how that takes away from our ability to progress and grow to be what we want to be and could be. And so understanding our role, understanding our birth path takes a lot of thought. And there's such a freedom in having the knowledge of the birth path with that balanced name to be able to clarify spiritual purpose, to actually feel that contentment or happiness that comes from that more balanced and freer expression of that inner nature.
So this unique understanding of how we use mathematics to better understand our individual purpose is taught in the online courses of the Kabalarian Philosophy, specifically the introductory course called Life Analysis Training. It will give you a much deeper understanding of the principles of mind because we're only scratching the surface in this podcast. We'll do another podcast next week on another aspect of applying mathematics to purpose. So until then, happy thoughts. Whenever you're ready, here are 3 ways we can help you. Number 1, the Balance Name Recommendation Service. Join the thousands of others who have harmonized their names with their inner potential to improve their health, happiness, and success. Number 2, learn the principles of mental freedom. Participate in our online training program to gain the essential tools to create all the progressive changes you seek in your life. These proven truths will open up new perspectives and accelerate your attainment of health, happiness, and success. Number 3, let Kalex Solutions help you choose a balanced name for your business, because many business names are an impediment to one's overall business success.